Yeah, I've actually noticed a slight change, and with your background, you could talk about it. I've personally noticed a slight change in how they're responding to certain things. Aggressively, more aggressively, yes, but it's putting the onus on the media to talk about what they want to talk about, right? I think instead of trying to get spin, instead of trying to work the room, if this is going to be a weird analogy, John, but when sorry, this is going to be a weird analogy. When Brad and Angelina got married, remember it was like one of the biggest stories in Hollywood, and then Hurricane Katrina happened, and they moved to the area, and they said, if you're going to follow us, at least we're going to be in the area so we could bring light to New Orleans and make people pay attention. That's similar to what I see with Biden doing. When Trump he said something in a rally on Thursday or Friday and messed up people's names or whatever it was, or he said I'd be having a beautiful Saturday, but it was Friday. Biden's team quote tweeted it and said, we were scared of he doesn't know what day it is. We should be worried. And there was another moment where he messed up, and they and I sent it to you, and I said, this is masterful, right? They're pointing out every single Trump's mistake. I would love for Biden to. I don't think he's ever went into the press briefing room. I know Obama used to kind of show up randomly sometimes, or wish somebody a happy birthday or something. I would love it if Biden would just show up to the press briefing room and only talk about Trump and his mistakes, and make the media cover it in a weird kind of way, right? Almost like haphazardly. And that's what I've noticed with at least the Twitter and Biden's comments is they're, if you want to talk about it, cool, let's talk about it, but we're going to bring light to Trump. And I think that's what they're doing. So I love the response. I love how aggressive they're getting. I love how they're pointing it out. I want them to continue to do that because they sort of did it with the Hur Report, right? Where they talked about, they pushed back on the narrative, but I want them to talk about Trump a little bit more too, because Trump messes up almost every single day, and we just, because we expect less of him, that we let it slide. Have you noticed that shift a little bit in how they're kind of combating that?
Yeah, but I also wonder is some of the response to the Hur Report also they watched what happened to Hillary when James Comey did what he did, and and do you think that what was in? Do you think that I'm going to give you my thoughts. I don't think that the Hur Report response was thought up in response to the Hur Report. I think the Hur Report response was planned and in their toolkit, and and they didn't know what they were going to need it for. But when the Hur Report went down, they went to their manual, page 75, page 75, page 75. This is what we're going to do. Um, and I think that there's going to be an aggressive pushback. I think that this is going to sound weird. And what's funny is, the New York Times pitch bot, I think it's Doug Deshay Balloon. He's like, I can't make this stuff up. He's just watching stuff like Wolf Blitzer literally said, is Biden's age worse than Trump's crimes? He said that. Not Wolf Blitzer, Chris Wallace. I'm sorry, Look, I just did it. I'm 55 years old. I mistook Chris Wallace for Wolf Blitzer. Okay, but that being said, um, do you think there's a chance that the Hur Report might not only backfire, but the Hur Report may be that match that really has from here through November, the Biden campaign is going to have a little bit of different swagger. They're like, okay, the fight's on, and this is what you're coming with us at, and he's going to be fighting mad. Vice President Harris is going to be fighting mad. The campaign's fighting mad. A lot of Democrats have come ahead and had his back. Might this be one of the? It might be there might be multiple sparks, but might this be an early spark that is really changes the Biden tone and the Biden approach? They're still going to do the other stuff, feeling good about America, etc. But they're going to have a little bit of, all right, come for us. Because as I said, and don't forget, they've got a significant amount of online followers like myself who are making sure that now that Biden can't mistake the president of Egypt and the president of Mexico, they're calling out everybody, not just Biden, but everybody else that supports Biden is calling that out. Calling that out. Do you think that this is potentially not just a reaction to a bogus, over the top report, but do you think this is a change that's probably going to last, or at least a new approach that's going to be part of their toolkit through November?